Welcome to the Myla Madz with Dad podcast.
All right, we got called out on our TikTok. Who is it? Your boy Taz commented and said, "Why is there never an answer?" Apparently, we ask a lot of questions, or I ask a lot of questions, but apparently, I'm not smart enough to answer the questions and put it out.
Wait, what do you mean? Like, you ask questions and you don't answer them?
Yeah, so he commented that on the video where I asked, "Does frozen ice weigh more than regular water?"
Oh, yeah, you just ask us the questions and you never give us the answer to it.
Well, that's because I don't know the answer. It was literally just a question that hit me, but we need to do a study to find out, start answering our questions, I guess, after we ask them.
Huh, I never thought about that. You do ask a lot of questions like that. I just realized that.
I know. Well, I ask them when it's on my brain, but the follow through is where I lack. I'm just hoping that someone's smart enough to tell us.
Oh, yeah, that's not going to
Who's the
work.
smart one here?
Both of you guys get straight A's. I was not a straight A student, so it's not me. Is it you, Mads?
What?
Are you the smart one?
No.
My?
I mean, I guess so. Just in math. In science. I'm pretty good at science, too.
Okay, so then we'll start answering our own questions. Your boy Taz, we are sorry. We'll do better next time. All right. Hey, have you guys seen the videos of the slap competitions?
Yes, they're so funny.
Is that not wild? Like, who would sign up to slap somebody? I want to slap somebody. Don't get me wrong. That would be awesome. But who would sign up to get slapped?
Like a tortilla slap or like a
No,
those big competition where you get slapped.
Yeah, the competition ones where they just stand there and then they take it.
They're like,
Yeah. Have you seen that one video of that girl? I'll post it
Yes.
right here, but the one where she looks Asian and then she gets
Oh, I
slapped
saw
and then
that.
she looks white.
Me and Tora were talking about that. I was like, 'cause I saw it, and we were just like, how did that happen?
When you get slapped so hard it changes your race.
can't say that.
That's what it says on the video.
But I don't know. I don't know how hard of, which I boxed growing up, but I don't think I got a good chin. Like, I don't think I could take a slap. I don't think I could brace enough to take a slap. You guys think you
There's
could?
like
No.
professionals just like,
Yeah, and these are some big old dudes out there slapping
Dudes.
each other too.
I've seen
And the
those
women.
girls.
Dude, those women would all knock me out. Every one of them. You'd see me fainting like a sack of potatoes over here. I mean, it's just, no doubt about it, you know?
How do you know how to make those sounds? Like, whatever. How do you do it?
Because what happens is you get caught in the off button. It's just kind of just a. I've got knocked out once.
Really?
I did.
I don't want to get knocked out. I don't know why. I just want to feel like what you feel. Just
That's what Canyon was talking about. He was talking about how he's always wanted to get knocked out. I was like, why? And he was like, I don't know. I don't know what it feels like.
Well, so I can fill in some gaps for you if you want to know. So it doesn't hurt. First and foremost, it doesn't hurt. So there's many different stages of being knocked out, and I've been through about all of them. I've had concussions so bad that I have amnesia. I forget like months and months of things that happen, but that's another story. But for when you get knocked out, the very first time I got knocked out was my very first boxing match. I went out there. I was fighting this kid from Chattanooga, and I'd only been boxing about 3 months, and I wasn't good, but I thought I was. And I went out there, you know, just ready to go. This dude came out wailing, and he hit me right in the off button. And apparently I felt like a sack of potatoes. And I got back up instantly. And at the end of the fight, I ended up winning because it was like a technical knockout that I got. But I walked out of the boxing ring, and a buddy was like, "Hey, man, you all right?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm good. Why?" He said, "Well, I was just wondering, you got knocked down in there." I said, "Dude, I didn't get knocked down."
That's what I did at soccer whenever you
Yeah.
guys were asking me about it.
And then someone else came up. He was like, "Man, you good? You got knocked down?" I said, "Dude, why does everybody keep saying that? I didn't get knocked down." And sure enough, his dad was recording, and I watched it, and I got hit in the off button. I felt like a sack of potatoes. Boom. And as soon as I did, I got up. And I don't remember anything. I remember putting my shoes on, and I remember the third round. That's all I remember.
Oh.
So, but anyways, so you don't remember any of that. So get knocked out there is not the same. But other times boxing, like you'd see those stars. Have you ever seen stars before?
Yeah.
Like just all of a sudden you start seeing like those shimmering silver stars everywhere.
Uh-huh.
Where have you got knocked out?
I'm not going like that.
Where have you saw the stars at?
Like, I don't know.
Well, that's weird because just all of a sudden you start seeing like little shiny things. You're like, wow, that's weird. But that's right before you pass out.
I just don't, like, whenever I got hit in the head with a soccer ball, I just don't remember falling and getting me back up. I don't remember that. I just remember everything before and after that.
Wow. So one time in football too, I was playing defense, and it was like the first quarter of the game. Apparently, I always get hurt at the start of things. And this guy came through, and I got hit. Apparently, I tackled him. I don't remember. And the next play, I'm like, "Hey, where am I supposed to be?" They said, "Oh, you're in the A gap." I said, "Where's the A gap?" And I forgot what car I drove. I forgot who my girlfriend was. I forgot everything. So I'm over on the sideline asking my dad. I'm like, "Hey, who's this girl?" He's like, "I think that's your girlfriend." I'm like, "You sure?" I know the name, but that's all I know. Can't remember anything.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. But all right. So sorry about that. I got lost on all that. All right. Hey, I got a question for you though.
Let's get an
Actually, it's
answer.
more of a story. You guys ready?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
All right. So I was at this training for work, and the woman facilitating it that was doing like the training, she was talking, a super nice woman. So during one of the breaks, I went up to her and I was telling her a story, and it was kind of funny, real charismatic. And that's usually not me. I get it. But this time I was like one-on-one. I do fairly well sometimes. But what I didn't anticipate was after the break, when I was talking to her, she called me up. She's like, "Oh yeah, come up here and tell them the funny story and talk. This guy's really funny." That's not me. And I messed up, and I didn't tank it completely, but I tanked it pretty good because I can't talk to a group like I talk to one person. When you talk to a group, do you pretend like you're talking to one person, or do you try to talk to the group?
I try to avoid talking to groups in general. I don't talk to groups.
Mads?
I don't really talk to groups, but I talk to like a group of people I really know, like a bunch about.
Right. So I was telling a story, but I lose like the same charisma you have when you talk to one person as when I talk to a group. So I don't know what I was doing, but I failed. I bombed it because it wasn't the same story. I know she was sitting there thinking like, that is not the same thing you just told me. So I think what I learned is I need to, when I'm talking to a group, pretend like you're talking to one person and use like your same energy and charisma you would with one person. Does that make sense, or is that wrong, you think?
I think that's how that would have to work. If you talk better to one person than a group, just pretend you're talking to one person.
Right. But like if I'm telling you something, I would tell a group of 20, it was actually 70 people, but I would tell that story different to 70 people than I would just you. But that's
Yeah.
where I messed up, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm going with. So I'm going to retry that. You know what we ought to do?
What?
Let's set up a group, and I know you guys are going to say no, where we practice our public speaking.
No.
No.
Okay, well, tell me some downsides of it.
Having to talk to random people about random stuff. For no reason?
Might having someone you know come.
But wouldn't it be better to practice?
Practice?
That was the whole point of the podcast, is like to get you guys comfortable talking, because I think public speaking is very tough. It is for me. But I thought this would help, but it really doesn't help because it's
No one's
only as good
watching.
as you can talk to one person.
That's not make sense. Why?
Exactly what I thought. But when I got up talking to 70, 100 people, I talk differently than I do to one person, which I didn't plan it out. Usually when I talk to a group, I make sure I know my material, I know what I'm saying, and I do it right. But this one, man, I failed. It was bad.
Someone make fun of you for it?
No, it wasn't bad. If you didn't hear the other story, it was probably only bad to the woman that heard it when it was good, and then it was different when she asked me to tell it to the group.
Yeah.
Like, if I was going to tell you the story about me getting almost sprayed by the skunk this morning, would I tell you as an individual different than I would tell a group?
That you haven't told them the story yet.
I didn't?
No.
Oh.
Oh, man. Yeah, scariest moment of my life. Maybe not the scariest, but one of them. I was walking so I was walking back. I went inside once, and I went back to the car to get something. Then I walked back again, and I was looking at my phone, and before I knew it, I was 3 feet away from a skunk. Scared me to death. And once I realized it, he was raising his tail, looking at me square in the eyes. And I started running backwards as fast as I could. And he started chasing me. I didn't even know skunks were aggressive. Have you guys ever seen a skunk in person?
Like if we're
Maybe.
like around a car, but
Maybe.
like not out of a car.
I think I've only seen a dead skunk.
Yeah. So
Roadkill.
this dude started chasing me. It might have been a woman. I don't know. But it started chasing me.
Probably a woman.
Yeah, but it started chasing me, and I'm running backwards as fast as I can without trying to fall or do anything crazy. But it chased me a good 20 feet, and then it turned around and walked, and I was shaking a little bit. I was scared to death. I just knew I was going to be getting sprayed by a skunk.
Have you seen their like teeth? They're so sharp.
Skunk don't have teeth.
Yeah, they do. They have teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah,
have
but
sharp
don't show 'em.
Do they bite you?
I've not seen a skunk bite someone, but I know they have big teeth.
Is that how you get rabies?
Probably.
I thought you said you saw a video.
Whoa, this says skunks have sharp teeth
Told
that
you.
help them eat and dig for food.
Mm-hmm.
They have 34 teeth. Wow.
Yeah. Did you not know this?
No, I didn't. Oh, wow. Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
They
they're
look
sharp.
like. Wow. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna save this thing. I'll put it on the podcast. They look like little bats.
Yeah.
Wow, that's kind of scary, man.
How do you not know that?
I've never came face to face with a skunk before. I've came face to face with a bear one time.
Oh, that's even more nice.
Yeah, I went to go ride dirt bikes somewhere, and we were in the woods, and I was the first one there, and I parked, and I looked over as I was getting my boots on, and dude starts walking right up to me. He was about 15 feet away before I saw him. It was a black bear. So, challenge: black bear. Do you act big and scare him away, or do
No.
you run? Do you get in the fetal position? What do you do?
So if it's brown, lay down. If it's black, fight back.
Dude, that is
If it's
awesome, man.
White, good night.
What'd you
Saw
say?
TikTok on that.
What was the last one?
If it's white, good night.
Maya, would you know what to do with a bear
No, but we learned about it. We learned about it last year, but I completely forgot about it.
in the podcast?
No, in school.
Yeah, I
Uh.
saw a TikTok on there. It was like, if it's brown, lay down. If it's black, fight back.
No. They talked about it at church. Corey did because he was
yeah,
saying.
that's whenever
I
we
had to
talked
get up
about
there
it,
and
yeah.
correct him. I was like, hey, just so everybody knows, I know he's not a bear expert,
Yeah.
but don't get in the fetal position if you see a bear here. They're black bears.
But no, last year in 6th grade, we were reading a story, and it had a bear in it or something, and it talked about it. That's the only reason why I remembered it.
Yeah. So, man,
What do you do?
Oh, so once I saw it, I knew we didn't have brown bears. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not a huge guy, but I took off running towards it, yelling with my arms flaying in the air. And
No,
he
you,
took off
no, you
running.
didn't.
I promise you I did. the only hope you have.
I'm just imagining you.
Why did you get in the car?
Well,
Oh, you only had your
you
dirt
have
bike.
to fight back.
No, you could get in the car. Honk. Get in the car and honk.
Okay, well, too bad you weren't there because that would have been a good idea. Instead, I ran at it like a maniac. you know that,
I can
that woman
imagine
we
you.
talked about that says, I'm having a bad day. and then when you get ready to get in a fight, you just make them think you're crazy.
Oh, we
That's kinda
talked
how I felt
about
with the
that
bear.
once. When at home, whenever you run, like, doing that in the kitchen.
Yeah. That's kind of how I felt with the bear.
I could like imagine you just like,
Yeah, well, yeah, I didn't want to take any chances. There's that movie, Without a Paddle. I think it's on Netflix now. They come across a brown bear. He tells one guy, he says, get in the fetal position. And he gets in the fetal position, but it's a mama bear. And she starts wrapping him up like it's a cub and going to take him with me. He's like, abort the fetal position.
wait, was he like?
That's funny.
Was he like?
Yeah, he was just laying on his side, and like
Oh,
the
like
small spoon,
cuddled up.
you know.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
He says, abort the fetal position.
We should watch that tonight.
Oh, it's a great movie. Oh, I see what you did there.
Oh, that's
we
funny.
Yeah, you talk about it. We have to.
Yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to watching it. It's a funny movie.
Okay.
Have you guys ever heard of DB Cooper?
No.
Yeah. Oh, Mads, that's your boyfriend's name. That caught your interest, didn't it?
Is it a
Yeah, no.
movie?
Yeah, no, DB Cooper. What's part of the movie?
Oh my goodness. That's not
No.
funny.
DB Cooper, it's part of the movie. So it's a guy that hijacked a plane
Oh.
and stole, I think the ransom was like $1 million or something. Then he parachuted out of the plane and they never found him or the money. So everyone thinks that the money's still out there.
He probably like landed in like a lake or something.
Well, that's the movie Without a Paddle that I was talking about. They go on an adventure to go find the money.
Oh.
Did they find it?
Well, that's part of the movie. I can't give it away.
I like spoilers.
Well, not everybody does.
Well, I do.
Okay. Well, spoiler alert. You ready?
Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah.
I don't remember, actually.
Oh my god.
All right. What are we doing? What are we doing here? All right. So we talked about talking to a crowd. That's one thing. It's hard to talk to people, but I am going to work on doing a not a class, but almost more like a group where we do public speaking.
Who's
We're
we?
not doing that.
You don't have to join.
I'm not then.
Is
Well,
it
maybe
like
you
and
do.
Corey?
No.
Well, if I can offer you a life lesson with experience, how do you turn it down?
Say no. That's how I turn it down.
Oh,
Just no. You gotta be like, it's not nice to peer pressure people.
okay, let me say this. So let's say you're super smart because you guys are. What if you're a valedictorian and you have to do the speech at your high school graduation and you have no practice? You get so nervous you can't talk.
And you think I'm gonna be a blah blah Victorian?
Maybe. Do you get all A's right now?
Yeah.
There you go.
I have like A's and B's right now, I think.
All right. All I'm saying is there's going to be times, even when you get in college, that you got to talk in front of a group.
In college,
Yeah.
meteorologist stuff.
Literally, that is part of the job, is presenting it to people.
Yes, on a screen.
So do you think it's easier to record a video than it is to do it in person?
Yes, 100%.
Yeah, you're probably right. But I think that public speaking it's challenging, it's unique, and the only way to get better at it is to do it. Because, you've talked to a group before, right?
In class.
Okay. But does your heart start pounding a little extra? You start getting a little bit nervous?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So, but the more you do it, the less frequent that will happen.
Okay.
So that's what I'm saying. Just practice. If you just practice it, if we do it in a group, we'll talk about it. We'll table it, we'll talk about it, and we'll come back to it.
We're not tabling
Gonna
this.
come back to it.
Yeah. Not
Nope.
here, but we'll do it in real life.
We're not doing that.
You don't have to tell anybody. You don't have to do it.
Okay. Make
No,
it
we're
very
gonna-
clear.
but-
I'm not
but-
doing it.
If I set up the group, we're going to do it.
No, you just said I don't have to if I don't want to.
I was being nice.
No. What about
Small
flip
talk. How about small talk? Are you good at small talk?
I'm great at small talk.
Are you really?
No.
All right, small talk is it's an art because a lot of people talk about like the weather. So Mads, that'd be right up your alley.
I'm not talking about the
Have
weather.
you ever been in an elevator with somebody that wants to talk?
Yes, you.
All
You're
right,
like, how's your day going today?
you're talking about me talking to other people,
Yes.
but that is the art of small talk. Okay, so what's more awkward? Just sitting there with nothing to say and just staring at each other or staring at
You
the
don't-
floor, or do you say, "Hey, how's it going? You having a good day?"
No, you
Things
act
going
like
good?"
you're getting something out of your bag. You're like,
So you just look busy.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah. That's how I keep the teachers from calling on me in class. I act like I'm drinking my water.
That's what I do.
I like pick it up off the floor.
I do that in math. I'm like,
No. So look, you can't be shy.
I'm not being
You're not
shy.
gonna be shy for. You don't need to talk to every random person that you run into.
We were at McDonald's the other day, and there was two kids that apparently go to your school, and I walked by to throw some trash away, and I said, "Hey, fellas, how y'all doing today?"
Both of them looked at me like you were insane and started laughing.
What's wrong with talking to people?
Dad, I've never spoke to them besides whenever I'm with whenever I was with Canyon. That's the only time I've ever talked to them.
I don't care if it's kids from middle school or the CEO of my company. I'm going to go talk to them and introduce myself and say, "Hey,
That's
how's it going?"
Weird.
It's
That's
not
the
weird.
That's a problem. It's a problem.
That is.
We're going to agree to disagree here because that is a
No.
life skill that you need. You got to be able to talk to people without asking,
against
"How's the
one."
weather out there?"
And you gotta just stay silent sometimes.
No.
There's no reason to talk
So,
to them
hold
though.
on.
They're not going to remember it for the rest
They
of your
talked
life.
about this the other day. I heard someone talk about it. If you stay silent, people either A, think you're stuck up and rude, or B, they think you're kind of backwards and not smart at all.
I'd
You're not
really
capable of small
love
talk.
people to think that I'm really rude rather than talk.
Hold on, say that again. You'd rather someone think that you're rude than be friendly?
No one thinks I'm rude. Except for some people.
I just said that when random people that you don't know or you first meet, if you're not friendly and if you don't say hi, they think you're being rude.
I say hi to
They
everyone.
don't think that. Okay, you can do that. You can be friendly without talking. All you have to do is give someone a smile, and they'll smile back.
What now?
Friendly.
Yes, if you're passing each other in a hallway and you smile, that's appropriate.
Okay, but you don't have to say, stop them. Hey, how's your day going today? That's what you do. That is what you do. That is what you do.
Look, I will never apologize for being friendly because
I
it's
didn't
a
ask
life
you to.
skill that eventually, when you get older, you're going to start talking to people and you'll say, "Man, that's exactly what my dad would have
I'm
done
never going to do that.
No.
every time." Promise you.
Nope.
All right. Well, who's more overtly social, me or your mom?
Well, she talks at the appropriate time. You don't.
You talk whenever you want.
Dude, that makes no sense.
That makes
all.
so much
That
sense.
makes sense.
Okay, we're going to move on. We're going to agree to disagree, and we're going to circle back on that.
No,
We're not circling
it's
back.
2 against 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to circle back on that one. I challenge you guys once a day to find somebody that you don't know and say, hey, say hi.
I say hi to someone I don't know like every day.
No one comes up to me and say, hey, they'll like ask me something.
Dude, this leads right into my next thing on my list, the popular kid test.
Oh my god.
Myla, I think I told you about this. The popular kid test. So they tested hundreds of kids.
You told
And
me
they
about
tried
this.
to figure, did I tell you about it? All right. So they tried to figure out what makes popular kids popular. Like, what's the one thing they all had in common? Myla, you want to take a guess?
I
I know, Mads.
They're rude.
No.
They had,
Go ahead,
they had a
Mads.
longer list of friends.
Yeah. They had more friends than other people because they thought more people were nice. And they had a shorter list of people they disliked. So the friendlier, more nice people that talk to people are the popular kids.
I don't even know who's popular. Like, I feel like there's no popular kids. Like, I think it's just who's more known.
Wouldn't that be popular, though?
No. Like,
What
do
is
you
the definition of
How
popular?
do you consider yourself popular? Like, I don't like the word popular.
Okay, let me just look it up.
It's just whenever, like, people just talk to you whenever
Okay,
they
here
see
you
you.
go. Like, admired, or enjoyed by many people or by a particular person or group.
And how are mean girls popular? Like, that's...
Because they're pretty.
Usually they bring something to the table that people want or admire. All right, the definition of a popular person: someone who is popular is liked by most people or by most people in a particular group. Yeah, so I think that goes hand in hand, exactly. So,
That's
when
really
you
my
see
opinion.
people, be nice, say hi.
But what do they still think you're rude?
If you smile at somebody and say hi, no one's going to think you're rude.
Or what if, like, you're walking and you, like, say hi or something and they just give you a dirty look and they're like, why
Yeah.
is she talking to me?
Well, what are they going to say? Man, she's rude. She smiled and said hi. No.
Well, they're going to think that you're weird.
Who cares? If someone
Me?
thinks you're weird for smiling and saying hi, they can kick rocks.
Hey, Caracas.
I've never heard anyone say that besides you.
Well, excuse my French.
That's
You're French?
No, it's not. That's an old saying. Let me-
Yeah, we know you're old. No one can tell us.
You don't need to look everything up right now.
Look that up after the podcast.
All right. Well, we had to have answers. Remember, answers is what we got to have.
Tazzy,
Kick rocks
whatever.
is a slang term that means to leave or run away, often in a dismissive way.
Okay.
Okay. Kick rocks is an informal expression in English that is often used
Informal.
as a way of telling someone to go away or leave. There you go.
Oh, you want us to leave? Okay.
Peace. Peace.